Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian with Trifecta Handgun, and today's really kind of a cool and big day for us here. We are releasing our new Trifecta HD Tree Arm 2. This is the second revision or second version of this arm, and I'll give you just a really brief history, and then I want to tell you who this arm is for and who it's, maybe more importantly, who it's not for. And then I'm going to give you some of my favorite attributes, because there's a lot of things on this arm that no other tree arm, you've probably seen tree arms before, but no other tree arm really has the same thing. So I want to go through some of those differences with you guys today. So back in 2011, when we first started Trifecta Handgun, I had a gentleman from the state of Louisiana called, and he saw our original, not this one, but the original Trifecta handgun rest, and he wanted to know if he could use it in his tree stand. And my answer to him was, I really don't have a method at this point, because we've always put these things on tripods, you know, all the first versions of it. So but it kind of stuck with me between 2011 and about 4 or 5 years ago, when our first version was kind of coming out. Today we're launching this arm, and I'm going to tell you it's meant exclusively for handgun hunters. That's how everything about it was designed. But a cool side or byproduct of that is it works really well for self-filming your hunt. And if you are a professional videographer or filmmaker, it works really well for that too. And I'm going to go through some reasons that you may be interested in this arm over other arms that you've seen. The first thing I want to talk about is the stability this arm has. It has what's called an extruded skeletonized aluminum. And here's a little example here. It's not a hollow tube like you would see in a lot of other camera arms, where it may deflect a little bit as the arm stretches out. But it is a skeletonized aluminum. So you could put this thing, one of these arms, between two rocks and stand on the middle there, and it would not bend or break. That's how strong it is. I'm not suggesting you can hang from your tree arm once you get up in the tree, but I'm just telling you, it's pretty strong stuff. So that's going to add to the stability. The next thing you're going to notice are two Arca Swiss clamp-on plates. And what that does, you don't have to buy two of these or get two of these. You only need one. And all we did is drill 2 holes through the arm. So if you only want to use one. It doesn't matter. But you can connect 2 of these up, and then you have a choice between putting your handgun rest on the inside one or the outside one. And there may be some reasons why you would want to do either or. Now, if you are a filmmaker or self-filming your hunt, you could do the same thing. Pretend I have 2 of these. This is just a fluid head that you would hook a camera up to. But you can hook it up to one to this one, another to this one, and now you can film the game animal going on there. You could film your hunter here, or you could put 2 different cameras, 2 different focal length cameras on here, and you could get the distance away your game is and maybe a close-up shot. So there's a lot of cool creative things that this arm will allow you to do. So let's move on to something that's very important to me in this tree arm, and that is the base plate. I wanted a base plate that did not disconnect from the arm, because that doesn't make any sense to me. My hunting style tells me that I'm going to hunt 4 or 5 different properties and one of maybe 20 or 30 stand locations on those properties. Depending on a lot of factors, and I won't go into all those, but obviously wind direction, where something's hot at the time, a food source, so all that changes throughout the season, and I need to be able to change stand locations, and I can't afford to put 20 or 30 base plates up, nor do I want to take the time to do that, because then I have to put them all up at the end of the season. I have to take them all down, and it doesn't really buy me enough in you know, to put all that energy into that. So what we did, and I'll just briefly show you how this goes up, is you're going to take your bungee strap, run it around the tree, and put it in what's called a cam cleat, and you're just going to pull that tight. Now the cool thing is, you haven't put any energy into it to speak of. This may take you 10 or 15 seconds to get to this point. Now you can kind of look over your arm and make sure it's where you want, and it's going to be a reasonable spot on the tree without a bunch of loose bark and the level that you want and everything like that. You haven't really made a commitment to it yet. So when you do decide to commit to that spot, we have what's called a retractable ratchet strap. So everything is built in. I call this the instrument panel, just like on your car. Everything is built in. So this strap, there's nothing to figure out. You know how ratchet straps are. You have to put it together and it likes to tangle and be one big clump, and doing that in the dark is probably not so much fun. If you've ever put up a ladder stand, you know that's kind of a chore sometimes. So everything's built in, it retracts into itself. To level the arm, we have set screws. There's 4 of them, and I'm going to make a separate video showing exactly how this arm goes together on the tree, but it only takes a few minutes. So that was important to me. If I'm not going to have a separate base plate, then I had to make the one that we do have very user friendly and very quick to put up, and I think we have accomplished that. Those are some of my favorite things about this arm. I'm going to make another video, like I said, showing the setup. I'm also going to do a teaching or a tutorial on how to use your handgun rest with this arm. And there's 3 main things in that video you want to keep in mind. We are Trifecta Handgun, so everything's in 3s, right? And I think that's pretty much it for now. So I appreciate it. If you guys have more questions on that, you're welcome to send me an email. Just go to the website in our contact section. The website will have more information on it. And you're also welcome to call. There's a number on there and I will get back to you or have somebody get back to you. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys will consider handgun hunting with this arm this year, because it's really cool. I've killed a few deer with the prior versions, and I would never not use it again. Sometimes I do just take a tripod out if I'm going to hunt on the ground, but that's another thing I will mention really fast. A lot of people think a tree arm is something you have to use up in the tree, but not necessarily. If you have a nice wide tree that you can hide behind on the ground, I really like hunting that way, and it gives you a little bit more versatility than a tripod because the arm will actually move for you. So you don't have to keep moving behind the tripod with your body. You can use the arm for that. So it's kind of a cool byproduct, and you can get it to whatever height in the tree you want. Sometimes that's kind of difficult with a tripod. So anyway, give it a shot. Love yourself, love one another, and give somebody some of your positive energy today. And I will talk to you guys later.